Hello, I'm Lidia, also known as Lady Apona, and welcome to Apona Healing. This is the fourth video in our Reiki series, and I'm going to just highlight everything that we discussed in video number 1, 2, and 3. So in the first video, we talked about what is Reiki and how does it work. So very simply put, Reiki is infinite universal energy. It's the energy that exists within us and around us. And as I mentioned, it already exists. So when we're receiving a Reiki treatment, we're just having more energy added to you than you would normally receive just from living. So it's a more focused and directed adding of energy, but it's the same energy. It's not my energy as a practitioner. The practitioner is not manipulating or moving energy intentionally in the body. It's a big, clear, powerful river of energy coming into your river of energy to enhance and facilitate the natural functions in the body. And as we mentioned in video 1, this energy has been scientifically determined to be very expansive, the infinite energy of the universe. Many years ago, it was determined there are 100 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy and 100 billion galaxies in our universe. And the universe is expanding and contracting, and we have universes expanding and contracting around us. So you have access to minimal 100 billion times 100 billion sources of energy when your energy channel, including your body, is clear, strong, and aligned and can receive in the most efficient and effective way. So that's what happens when you are receiving a Reiki treatment. And in video number 2, we asked the question, do I have to believe in Reiki for Reiki to work? Do we use our mind to direct or control the energy? And the answer to both those questions is no. And we certainly do not want the mind and the intellect or overthinking to get involved in this natural mechanism of the body receiving and utilizing energy. So as I mentioned in video number 2, if we use our mind, if we try to create an effect, then it can cause a depletion from the practitioner, and the practitioner can pick up the energy from the recipient, or the recipient can pick up the energy from the practitioner. And we absolutely do not want that to happen. So when I teach Reiki, I teach my students about Taoist non-attachment, how to be an empty vessel, and for the recipient to just relax and try not to control or direct the energy. Having said that, Reiki will always work even if you don't believe in it, because it's based on the ancient principles of life, the yin and yang principles of life, that are always in existence, whether we're conscious of them or not, or work with them or not. So when we work with ancient universal principles, then it makes our life a whole lot easier. But even if we don't believe in Reiki, then you will still benefit from receiving the energy, just like lying in the sun. So I always say I haven't met a person yet who can deflect the sun's rays just with an instantaneous thought. Or if you go out to the beach, or you're on a boat and you forget about the sun, you get a suntan or a sunburn because you're receiving energy based on yin and yang principles. And my teacher, Michio Kushi, he explained that yin and yang, universal energy, Reiki, also called Reiki, is greater than willpower. So it's greater than the mind. So this is why Reiki is so effective and has spread around the world. And in the third video, we talked about the responses during Reiki. How do we know what's happening during a Reiki session? How does the practitioner tune into the energy and communicate that to the client? So as I mentioned, every practitioner has their own unique way of sensing the energy and communicating that to the client. I feel it viscerally as energy against my palm. as heat, as cold, as pressure, as sharpness, as electrical current. And then I let the client know what I felt during the Reiki session. The client then communicate to me what they felt, what they experienced, and it may be nothing. They may have just fallen asleep, but then they will feel the results in their life. So after the Reiki session, we have a dialogue about the energy that was felt during the session, and a brief discussion about how the client is doing. And then if a client would like more support in developing a greater awareness and relationship with themselves, then we integrate the Reiki sessions with holistic coaching sessions in my Apona healing method. So that's a little bit about what Reiki is, how it works, is it a belief system, and how do we understand what's happening during a Reiki session and communicate that to support the client in the highest and best way. So if you're interested in learning more about Reiki or trying a Reiki session, please visit my website, aponahealing.com. And it's always an honor and pleasure to support you with health, energy, and lasting power.